So do you feel a bit slow, or do you feel like you're experiencing brain fog quite regularly? Now, as you get 1 year older, you might be feeling it's getting harder to keep track of everything that's going on, right? But it's not your fault. There are constant technological changes happening every single day, influx of information being thrown at you constantly, whether it's on your screen, the news, everywhere. But luckily for you, regardless of what age you are, there are actually 4 simple things you can actually do to stay sharp in the mind, and they're all backed by science. But before I jump into it, if you want to continue getting fed nuggets of gold on boosting brain and behavior, make sure to like this video, it really helps us out, and make sure to subscribe to this channel so I can continue to help you mind the golden mind. The first way to stay sharp is to get moving. I've talked about it numerous times on this channel in different videos, and I even have a dedicated video for the benefits of moving around. But exercise or moving your body is just crucial in keeping a healthy mind. But do you know just how essential it is to actually prevent cognitive decline in your mind? Well, for one, regular physical activity helps to maintain good blood flow throughout your body and gets sent directly to your brain. This helps reduce a lot of risky health conditions such as high blood pressure and even fight off having dementia when you're older. In fact, a study published in 2020 found that exercise was so great for your brain that it showed older adults that were physically active later on and even throughout their life were able to actually potentially delay about 1/3 of dementia cases worldwide. And even if you aren't anywhere near getting that old and are still very young, exercise can be a huge component to the reduction of stress and anxiety. The more stress you have, the more you'll release the hormone cortisol. And studies have shown that the hormone is associated with overall poor cognition, memory, and executive functioning. Stress also triggers inflammation throughout the body, and this is quite bad, especially as you get older. Research indicates that these inflammations can contribute to cognitive decline and neurodegenerative diseases later down the road. And if you continue to let stress build up long enough, this can even change the very structure of your brain, especially areas associated to learning and memory. It doesn't even have to go as far as exercising crazy in a conventional sense of going to the gym or doing something extreme. Once again, just moving in itself is good for you. We're all living relatively sedentary lives more than ever before. We're cooped up in our homes, we're stuck to our desks or even our sofas, and we're all staring at a screen. But getting up and moving around can do wonders on your cognitive function, especially improving your mood and increasing overall energy levels. Even when it comes to productivity alone, there is a 52-17 rule that states that you should be taking a break every 15 minutes or so for at least 15 to 17 minutes. And once again, as mentioned before, this doesn't need to be high-intensity movement. Just walking in itself has been found to boost creativity, and other studies suggest that just a single 20-minute moderate intensity cycle helps to improve attention disorders. So, daily movement of any kind just makes a difference. And if you're interested to learn more about why movement changes the brain, we go deeper into it in another video. So check that out after. The second way to stay sharp is to eat mindfully. Of course, besides moving around, it's important we begin eating right. We are what we eat, as the saying goes. So if we consume unhealthy foods, then it should become to no surprise that our bodies, along with your brains, will be unhealthy as well. Just like how there are foods that are perfect for maintaining a fit physique or radiating skin, there are foods that are great for boosting brain as well. Several nutritionists and psychiatrists have already noted consuming thoughtlessly can cause your brain to be affected. For example, diets that are high in refined sugars have been shown to be quite harmful for the brain. On the flip side, one Harvard nutritionist states that foods like blueberries, almonds, and walnuts, or leafy greens are some of the best things to consume for a better brain. This is further supported from several studies that indicate that diets that emphasize foods such as green, leafy vegetables, whole grains, berries, and seafood, like fish or salmon, are packed with nutrients that are great for the brain. And when it comes to picking a diet that can make you stay sharp, people should look into what is known as the MIND diet, or the Mediterranean-Intervention for Neurodegenerative Delay. Well, now this is a super long name, but that's why it's called MIND diet. As well as the DASH diet, which is a dietary approach to stop hypertension diet. So these are all balanced, flexible diets that consist of all the types of foods mentioned above, rich in potassium, calcium, magnesium, omega-3, and so many more nutrients that boost your brain. In fact, several medical centers have come out to state that how diets like the MIND diet have shown to maximize brain function and even steer away dementia. Now, besides eating right and moving around, the third way to stay sharp, according to science, is to keep learning. Whether it's new skills, reading, taking courses online, there's no better time now to do exactly that. We have a gigantic amount of resources online and information at our fingertips. Whether it's YouTube, if you use it right, Coursera, Skillshare, Audible, there's so many e-learning platforms, it's never been easier to learn something. So just because you're not in school anymore doesn't mean you need to stop becoming a student. Life should be approached as a never-ending cycle of education. This is especially true in this digital technological age where new skills constantly are sought after. Studies published in 2021 found that acquiring new skills and learning has the potential to reduce or delay cognitive changes associated with aging. Learning also means we're always using our brain at its highest capacity, and research shows that brain cells working at optimum levels can potentially slow cognitive and memory decline. In addition to our cognitive benefits, being an avid learner, especially in this day and age, is a great investment that you can get started with anytime at any age. There have been countless articles over the course of the past decade that have indicated that one of the most important soft skills that people can possess to have a competitive edge is not only just for future companies, but just to thrive, is to be adaptable. Especially in an age of uncertainty, where instability of markets, institutions, and employability is rife, it's often suggested that the best strategy that companies, employees, and business owners can have is to be adaptable. Even in the list of top essential soft skills to have in 2023 that employers look out for, number 6 was adaptability. The ability to be flexible and possessing a growth mindset to always learn. So definitely there's no question that continuous learning is not just something we could do, but a necessity we must do if we want any chance of surviving. As the saying goes by Jim Rohn, formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. And then finally, the last way to stay sharp, according to science, is to stay connected. We already know that from several studies that feelings of loneliness can increase the probability of anxiety or depression. But it isn't just about feeling like we belong or being accompanied by people. There are theories that state that staying connected to people, having conversations with people, helps us to get out of our thoughts and keep the brain active. A study by the psychological science found that since childhood, having a conversation can help a child ignite the language center in their brain. But what they found was that it wasn't just a one-sided conversation. In fact, what's known as conversational interplay, the back and forth between people, is the key in cognitive development. Additionally, having friends does have its own magical healing power on our emotional states. Spending time with loved ones or even friends helps the brain in many ways, with one study published in 2021 showing that older adults in Japan who had consistently high social engagement were found to have lower risk of dementia. Now, while that might be the case, globally we're living in an age of loneliness, and we have fewer friends and bond with less people around us. And currently in the US alone, according to the Alzheimer's Association, 1 in 9 adults aged 65 or older are found to have Alzheimer's. Of course, that's not to say that this is directly the cause of loneliness, but it could be a contributing factor. Now, even if this isn't in your age range and you feel like you are safe, this is why this video is here to help you remain sharp, instead of just trying to shape yourself up later down the road. So I hope this video was helpful. If you want to learn more about this loneliness epidemic, make sure to watch the next video. It is very interesting. And if you want to continue to support this channel and support videos like this, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And subscribe to the channel so I can continue to feed you nuggets of gold that help boost brain and behavior.